Hello everyone. I gave a lightning talk with this same title at YAPC Riga in 2000 and mumble. But this isn't the same talk. There's three reasons. One is that I lost the slides. Two, I can't remember what I said. And three, the video never got put online. So this is in the spirit of Dave Cross' wonderful recycling of talks. This is the same talk, but it's different talk. Oh, that's Riga. You missed it. How's your Latin? So Dave is talking about forums. If I'm allowed to say forums with Latin on the screen, I don't know if that worked. And these wonderful forums tend to have a rather unhealthy desire for an infatuation with speed, and this often comes in the actual question itself. So someone might ask, "What's the fastest way to do X or Y?" Or maybe it's a bit more subtle. What's the best way to do X or Y? Sometimes it's just, well, how do I do X or Y? And but the thing is that the threads that emerge from this often follow the same sort of, they resemble each other to a certain extent. And they sometimes go something like this. The question, how do I do X? And the answer is, you can use method A, that works, good. And then someone says, but method B is faster. And maybe there's a bit of backwards to and froing, and maybe someone says, well, what about method C? And eventually someone says, I will benchmark it, and then we will know. And eventually they come back with something like this, and everyone looks at it and says, what does that mean? It means one of them's faster than the other, and eventually you work it out and you say, okay, method B is 31% faster than method A, or conversely it's 24%, method A is 24% slower, and eventually you work out and you say, brilliant, so we should use method B. Okay, hold on, I have some questions. First, is the benchmark correct? Very regularly the benchmark is wrong, and you're working on the wrong data. Why is that? Well, one reason is because benchmarking is hard. But the other reason is also that benchmarking is hard. It really is. It's difficult to get it right. I have another question. Why do we use Perl anyway? I mean, what's it all about? So we asked 100 people why they use Perl. And they said, because it's succinct, because it's powerful, because CPAN is wonderful, because there's so many tools, because it's blazingly fast, because the Unicode support... Hold on a minute, what was that? Really? No. Okay, so we know that Perl is not the fastest language out there. Of course it's not. But it has certain advantages for us. And we generally trade runtime speed for development speed, maybe a factor of about 2 to 10 on each one of them. So we're 2 to 10 times slower and maybe 2 to 10 times faster in development speed, very roughly finger in the air sort of thing. Okay, so let's go back to this benchmark, which is actually, this is a real benchmark that I copied off of Perl Monks. And we looked at the numbers on the right there, but the numbers on the left here, if you look at that, method A ran about 1.3 million times per second. Now, I can't remember what the question was that they were benchmarking here, but I'm willing to bet that this wasn't the bottleneck that they were looking for. Okay, so that means that we should use method B then, because faster is better than slower anyway, right? Okay, I have some more questions. Rules of optimization. So many of you will know these rules already from Michael A. Jackson. First one, don't do it. Second one, for experts only, don't do it yet. Oh, I better be quick. Okay, right. Okay, the thing is, though, we're all experts and we've all been waiting long enough, so we're going to do it anyway. So, first question, does it work? For some people, it's really important to get the right answer, the wrong answer very, very quickly. If it works, is it fast enough? If it is, yes, time to go to the pub. If it's not, are you really sure it's not fast enough? Okay. Then, before you do anything, you better be profiling. I don't want anyone touching code before they've profiled it. But when you get to that point, one of the things you're going to want to do is either fix your algorithm, or you're going to want to... my slides are in the wrong order. Okay. Before you fix your algorithm, throw hardware at it. That's what you do. It's cheaper, it's more efficient, and it's easier, quicker. Otherwise, fix your algorithm or cache something. These are generally 80% of the time you're going to fix it this way. But sometimes you really want to get down to the micro-optimization. So it's all about counting the ops. The number of Perl ops that runs is going to be related to how fast your code is running. What we want to do is we want to get rid of threads like this. How do I increment an array? Well, it's easy. You just map over it and just add one to every element. That's really simple. But someone says, hold on a minute, you can do better than just adding one. How about using the post operator? That's going to be much faster. But hold on. You're creating a scope there every time. That's really slow. Why don't you use the list form of map? Aha, much better. But you're creating an array only to throw it away with map. That's what map does. That's what map used to do. It doesn't anymore. So use a for loop. But we've got the scope back in again. Okay, there we go. That's the solution. Now, but hold on. Pre-increment is faster than post-increment. Doesn't matter. Thank you.